My name is Elena Gonzalez, and I am an instructional designer. Have been for about 15 years. I really have a passion for it. I've learned over the years that learning is probably the most important thing that we can do in our lives. So helping people learn and to be the best that they can be is something that I found is my passion. Instructional design is really important to companies because it allows the leadership to actually get a consistent message out to their employees. You start the process by meeting with the leadership and understanding what the business drivers are, what the market needs are. You talk with your subject experts, maybe the people who are the best at what it is you're trying to do, those top salespeople, to find out how they do what they do. And then your training program should combine all of that, the mission, the vision of the company, as well as your top performers. How do they do it? And combine that all into a program that will impact as many people as possible and gives you the ability to make an impact through some really targeted activities, so that this way the learners can go back and use what they've learned in their job immediately. So, more so than the trainer talking and telling people, here's what you should do. There's activity has to be really involved in a training program so that they feel comfortable when going back and using the skills that they learned. One of the things that I do like to do is always keep an eye out for where something might change in the future. In your design, sometimes it's not possible to make room for when something changes. What I like to do is kind of outside of the training, keep a running list of here are things that may change over time that maybe a future design, I may not always be the one in charge of this, right? So a future designer may be able to look at this and say, oh, in this module, this page, there's a website there. You might want to check and make sure that that's still the same content at that website. Or if this process changes, here's where all the process maps are, or things like that. So I think with good organization and good follow-up, you can keep track of things that may have changed. Also, if you have that review process of every year or every 2 years, depending on what the topic is, that somebody's going to go back and look at it and verify that, yeah, this is still the way that we do things. Really good instructional design allows a company to compete in the marketplace. They can beat the competition. You can spend money on technology, and everybody does it. So we all buy the latest and greatest technology that they think that is going to help them do their jobs. But if you can get a really great training program and get motivated and engaged employees, you've got a leg up. And that's where training can help do that. And really good instructional design will help do that as well. I set out to change the world. I know it sounds a little far-fetched, but I set out to change the world when I wanted to become an instructional designer. And I think you really can do that because you can make an impact to so many more people with really good quality training. As long as you can do it right, you involve the leadership, you involve the peers, you involve everybody in the design of the training, and you come up with something that really not only gives them the content, but can include some messaging, some attitude. Like you can change behaviors and attitudes in the classroom. And if you can do that really well, you can change the world and you can make companies better at what they do.